Hello, this is Craig from BizBox.co.uk. This is the final mission in our Dark Vengeance series. This is called the Hellfire Stone. This is very similar to the old Relic mission, where there's a single objective in the middle of the board, which you can pick up and move around with a squad. So whoever has it at the end of the game will win. So, let's have a look at the board. In the middle of the board is a single objective, which can be used as a Hellfire Stone. As I said before, like the old Relic mission, any unit goes in base contact with it, can pick it up and move around with it until they are caused to fall back or they are destroyed. Whoever has it at the end of the game wins, and if no one has it, then the game will be a draw. So if we look at the army, start with Dark Angels. Bugs are over here again. Tactical squad, still in the same place. And Terminators are over here, so same deployment as last game. Slightly different on the Chaos Space Marine side. So we have the Chosen and the Chaos Lord over this side. And the Hell Brute. And then over here, we have the 10 Cultists with auto pistols. And 10 Cultists with auto guns. So Chaos won the roll-off to go first. So, let's begin. So Dark Angels attempt to steal initiative, which they do. So they go first. So Roaming Bikers are going to move forward 12 inches. And the Terminators are also going to move forward. And the Tactical Squad are also going to move forward 6 inches. So the Roaming Bikers is going to fire 2 bolt guns at this squad here. So 1 hit and the 1 can be rerolled. That also hits, has 2 hits and 4's to wound. So 1 wound, 3+ save, which is made, and then 1 shot from the plasma gun, which doesn't hit. So now we move on to Chaos Space Marines, turn 1. So the Hell Brute's going to go forward 6 inches. As to also going to move forward 2 squads of Cultists. Go on to the shooting phase. I'm going to attempt to run the Hell Brute to get him closer to the objective. He only gets 2 inches. I'm going to fire 5 bolt gun shots from this squad of Chosen at the bikes, hitting on 3s. Wounded on 5s. So 3 wounds. And all 6s. I'm going to fire 8 auto gun shots from the Cultists into this Space Marine Tactical Squad, hitting on 4s. I need 5s to wound. So 2 wounds. So they both survive. So now we move on to Dark Angels, turn 2. So the Terminator squad are going to move 6 inches towards the objective. Tactical squad are going to move forward 6 inches. The bikes are going to move forward 12 inches. So 4 shots on Raven Bikers at the Chosen, and then re-roll the 2s and 1s. So 3 hits. So 3 wounds. And 1 dies. And they have 2 shots from the plasma gun. So 1 hits and 1 gets hot. Save for the gets hot result, which has failed, so he dies. But his plasma shot goes through, so it on a 2+, and another Chosen dies. So a bit unfortunate there for a plasma gunner, but he did take down another Chosen. 7 shots from the Tactical Squad at this Cultist squad over here, hitting on 3s, and wounded on 3s. So all of them wound, so that's 6 wounds. I'm going to choose to go to ground with these cultists, so I get 6 plus save. So only one makes it, so 5 of them. 5 of them go down. So I do put plus on the cultists, and they're fine. Terminators are going to try and run to grab his objective. They need a 5 or 6 to get there, and they get 1 inch. So they don't get the objective this turn. Right. So the Hellbrute's going to pick up the objective. And this chosen squad with the Chaos Lord are going to move forward after the bikes. Also going to move forward. So the Hellbrute's going to start by shooting his mighty mortar at the Terminator squad, which misses. So I'm now going to fire from this cultist squad at the Terminators. So that's 16 shots on 4s, and there's plenty of misses in there. Wounding on 5s, so 4 wounds, and they all pass. Next I'll snap fire the heavy stabber, 1 hit, 4 to wound, but it doesn't wound. Then lastly, and lastly 2 shots from a shotgun, 5s to wound, 1, 2 plus save, which is passed. So this squad of cultists over here, gonna fire their pistols again at the Terminators. 5s to wound, and 1 more 2 plus save. So the Terminators have survived all the shooting from the Chaos side. Next I'm going to fire 4 bolt pistol shots from these chosen at the bikes. Getting on 3s. And I all rolled a 2. Chaos Lord will fire his plasma pistol. It's also rolled a 2, but luckily for him, that's a hit. And a 2 to wound. So 1 biker is killed. I declare a charge. So the biker gets to overwatch 2 dice. 6s. So both miss. Roll for my charge distance. So they get in. And the Chaos Lord is going to issue a challenge against the Sergeant. So we'll start with his attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounded on 5s. So no wounds. The Sergeant can have his attacks back. So he has 2 attacks. Hit on 4s. And neither hit. So as he's the only model left, I can attack him with the rest of the squad, and I'll start with the Lightning Claw chosen. So hitting on 4s. It's just a 1 hit. Wounded on 5s, but he gets to re-roll. Again there's a 2, so nothing there. I will next do the attacks with the power maul. Hitting on 4s. This time wounded on 3s. So 1 3 plus save. Which is passed. Then the regular chosen. Hitting on 4s, no hits. And lastly the power axe chosen. Hitting on 4s. Wounded on 3s. And again fails to wound. So the Ravenwing biker got very lucky there. Survived all them attacks. So now we're moving to Dark Angels, turn 3. So the Deathwing Terminators, as you would expect, moving in on the Hellbrute. Tactical Marines are going to move forward 6 inches. So into a shooting phase, 4 shots from the assault cannon from this Terminator into the Hellbrute, hitting on 3s, all hit, and a 6 will cause a random shot, which will be a penetrating hit, and he gets no 6s. So 14 rapid fire shots from a tactical squad at this cultist squad, hitting on 3s, hitting on 3s, going to choose to go to ground. 6+ saves. So 5 of them bites at us. So the plasma gun is now going to fire at them. It's 2 shots, hit on 3s, and they both miss. So the Deathwing Terminator is going to declare a charge against the Hellbrute, and I fire Overwatch, which misses. And they roll 2d6 to see how far they get in, but of course they should get in here, which they do. And the Librarian's in there as well. So the Hellbrute gets 2 attacks first. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 2s. So 1 5+ invulnerable save, which has failed. They now get their attacks back, and they have a Chain Fist in there, which is going to cause considerable damage. So he has 3 attacks. 4s. So 2 hits. And he rolls 2d6 armor penetration for each hit. So first one, that's a penetrating hit, and the second one, that's a glancing hit. And you just roll on the vehicle down the table. It's a 6. So he blows up 5 inches. 4 on the Terminator. So you got 3 2+ saves. They're fine. And then nothing on the Librarian. So the Hellbrute goes down 3 inches, and of course they're going to consolidate right onto the objective. Onto this assault over here. Starting with the Chaos Lord, hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounded on 5s, and he causes 2 wounds, which is enough to kill like the Sergeant. So this squad will consolidate, and they go 3 inches. And they're gonna go after the Terminators if they can. So a leadership test. So a leadership test for this cultist squad, which failed. So I can go off the board. They are gone. And this other cultist squad are going to move forward 6 inches. Towards the Terminators, why not? And also move forward 5 pistol shots at the Terminators from this cultist squad. 1 hit, 5 to wound, and no wound. 4 pistol shots from this chosen squad. 2 hits, 4s to wound. So 1 2+. And 1 Terminator dies, which is good. Now the Chaos Lord's going to fire its plasma pistol at them. Hits. And 2 to wound. Wounds. So 5+ invuln. It's failed, so another Terminator. Another Terminator is removed. So there's hope yet for the Chaos Space Marines. So this cultist squad are going to declare a charge at the Terminators and Librarian. And they're going to overwatch. So they have 4 shots from the Stormbolters, hitting on 6s, so no hits. And the cultists, well, just get in. However, they won't be able to go over the terrain to get to the Terminators. I'm also going to charge this squad, get 8 inches, so that's plenty to come here over against the Terminators. And I have to issue a challenge, so I'm going to issue a challenge for Chaos Lord, which Librarian will accept, and the chosen champion will go against the Sergeant and Terminator squad. So starting with Chaos Lord, 4 attacks against the Librarian, hit on 3, 3 hits, wounded on 4s, so Librarian takes a wound from Librarian, hit on 4s, and wounded on 4s. So 1 wound, 5+ invulnerable for a Chaos Lord, which he makes. So now on to the Chosen. I'll start with the Chosen champion. Attacks. 4s to wound. So 2 wounds. Alright, sorry, it's 2 to wounds. but you still get 2 wounds. So it's 2 plus save. That's both 1s. So he dies, but he does get his attacks back first. So 2 attacks from the Terminator's Sergeant, both hitting, and it's 4s. Oh no, both 3s. So he dies without taking any casualties with him. For Lightning Claw chosen against this single Terminator. 4s to hit, 1 hit, 4s to win, and 1 2 plus save, which is made. Now the cultists are going to attack. They have 15 attacks, hitting on 4s, on 5, so 3 wounds, and he makes them all. Now we move on to the final Terminator versus the final Chaos Chosen yet to attack, and that's the Power Axe. He has 3 attacks, hitting on 4s, only 1 hit. Wounds on 2s, so 1 5 plus invulnerable. Just failed, but he does get 2 attacks back. Hit on 4s and 2s to win. So 2 of the chosen do go down, as does the Terminator. So just the Librarian remains, and he has to do a leadership check on the Librarian, which has passed. So they stay locked in combat. And now we move into Dark Angels, turn 4. So the Company Master is going to leave the tactical squad, as he's going to come up to the Chaos Lord, and he's now going to declare a charge. So he rolls 2d6, and he should just get him, no problem. So the Chaos Lord's going to issue a challenge against the Company Master. The Company Master's going to do his attacks first, hit on 4s. So 1 hit on 4s. So he fails to wound. Now the Chaos Lord attacks back, and he gets no hits. Next up, I'll use the Chosen with Lightning Claws. He gets 2 hits, and he gets 2 wounds. So the Librarian bites dust, and 1 wound will carry over to the Company Master, who has a 4 plus invulnerable, and he's fine. So now the cultists have 10 attacks, hitting on 4s. They need 5s to win. So just 2 wounds, 3 plus save. So the Company Master takes a wound, so he is now down to 2. Leadership test, just passed. So Chaos Space Marines turn 4, I'm going to continue the challenge here. So we'll start with the Chaos Lord this time. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s, 2 hits. Wounded on 4s, 2 wounds, so 2 4 plus invulnerables. So the Company Champion, or Company Master, loses another wound. So he loses another wound, but he gets his attacks back, so he has 3 attacks on the Chaos Lord, hitting on 4s. Wounded on 4s. No wounds. Only 1 left. Lightning Claw Chosen can attack him, hit on 4s, 4s to wound, re-rolling. So he has 1 4 plus invulnerable, which he has to make. And he fails, so he's died. And now I can consolidate his 2 squads, starting with the Chosen, and then the Cultists. So the Chosen have jumped on the objective, but it's now the Dark Angels turn 5. So we'll see what they can do. So Dark Angels turn 5, they're going to rapid fire their bolt guns into this squad Chosen with the Chaos Lord. That's 14 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. So that's 7 armor saves to me, which I fail 3. And I will do 2 lookout saves on the Lord. 1's failed, so 1 dies, and the Lord takes a wound. And the final One, I'll also look out for on the Lord. So the other chosen dies, so the Lord's on his own, and he still has the plasma shots to deal with. So 2 plasma gunshots, both hit, 2's the wound. So only 1 wound, 5+ save, which he makes. 1 plasma pistol shot, which hits, and a 2 to wound. 5+ invulnerable again, which he makes again. Plasma cannon's next, roll to scare. And it goes that way 1 inch, which still gets him, so a 2+ to wound. That wound, and a 5+ invulnerable, which he fails. So he's down to a single wound, and it all rests on this Chaos Lord. So the Chaos Lord is going to bravely run away into the trees and takes his wound with him and the objective. The squad are going to move forward and they're going to fire their 5 pistol shots at this tactical. 2 hits and 2 wounds, so 2 3+ saves, which are fine. So now I'm going to declare a charge, and there's going to be a massive overwatch coming my way. Starting with the bolt guns, and they get 1 hit, 2 hits, sorry. 3. So no wounds, and now 2 shots from the plasma gun. No hits, and then lastly 1 shot from the plasma pistol, and doesn't hit. So it rolls my charge distance. 8 inches, so they're in. So Space Marines attack first with 11 attacks, hitting on freeze. And they wound on freeze also. So it's saves, and all the cultists die. So I plan to try and tie these Marines up in combat. Has failed. So the Dark Angels can get a win here if they were to kill the Chaos Lord in combat, as the mission doesn't state when you get the objective, it just says you have to be in base-to-base contact with it. So we're going to say that if you can consolidate onto it, you will claim it. So the Dark Angels have to kill the Chaos Lord in combat, or it will be a draw. Unless they fail their charge, in which case the Chaos Space Marines will win. The Chaos Lord is going to overwatch, which he fails. So now the Tactical Marines roll for their charge distance, and they get in. Yes. So the Chaos Lord has to issue a challenge against the Sergeant, and the Chaos Lord has 3 attacks, hitting on freeze. So only 1 hit, and a 4 to wound. So he does kill the Sergeant. Now the Space Marines have 18 attacks back, once they've piled in. 18 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wounded on 4s. So only the 3 wounds, but he only has 1 remaining. So 3+ save, and he fails. So the Chaos Lord dies. And the Tactical Marines claim the objective. And as there's no Chaos Space Marines left either, we can safely say that is a Dark Angels victory. So what I've learned from these missions is that they do favour the Dark Angels a little bit. I just think they've got a slightly better loadout in the box, as I said in the last mission, with the plasma weaponry and power fists from the Terminators. They have a bit of an advantage. But as you saw from this last mission, they can be dealt with. But eventually they did come out on top again. Out of all the missions, I think I may have enjoyed the final one the most. The single player missions, whilst they were good missions, I don't see the need to play them as a single player. It does get a bit boring playing on your own, so I wouldn't recommend them. But if you are playing them with a friend, I would certainly suggest them. The mission I'd liked the least would have been the 4th one, as the Terminators just don't come in soon enough to give the Librarian any support. And if you want to sort of really play it, then you'll have to sort of hide the Librarian for 3 times, which I didn't want to do on the video, and as you saw, he did die quite quickly. But, as we also shown, if he does survive, the Terminators can come in and change the game for the Dark Angels. So, I I hope you enjoyed that series, and I'll see you in the next video.